I like that answer. One thing I am really saying is when you want to buy some of these things, don't buy it on credit. Save up for it and buy it cash, okay?
That's me.
Some people use a credit card and buy those things and say, oh, don't worry, I'll just pay for it later. Never do that, Kelly. Always save up for stuff and buy it, okay? And don't buy something just because it's on sale. Some people say, oh, well, it's on sale, I gotta get it. No, don't do it.
Unless it's really cheap.
Well, even if it's really cheap, if you don't have the money for it, don't buy it.
Yeah, I know. I mean like really, really cheap.
Really cheap. It still may not be the right time to buy.
I know.
All right, let's look at this next rule, Kelly. Number 5. What does that say?
Teenager, you don't
Read this one for me.
Don't be ashamed to buy things.
Buy things used. What does that mean?
Like someone, they want to get rid of it, so they just give it away.
So everything you buy doesn't have to be new, right? Some things can be used. You can buy from like a used bookstore, or some people go to eBay and buy things, or there are all kinds of places. If it was your car, some people swear they would never drive a used car. They only want a brand new car, and I think that's crazy. There are some things that you really need to get used, and it's okay, and you don't have to feel ashamed to buy things used, okay?
Yep.
All right.
So how many more rules until this is...
All right, let's look at number 6. We're going to go through them faster now, okay? How about that?
Okay.
You read them for me, and then I'll say a quick thing about it, and then we go to the next one. What's that one?
Compare prices at several different places before you buy. That's exactly what I was about to say.
You were exactly right then. Never impulse buy. You know what impulse buy means? That means buy something, just because I feel like doing it right now.
Yeah, because you have to check everywhere before you, in the mall, if you're at the mall.
Yeah.
Because you have to check everywhere before you buy it, because there might be it in different shops.
That's true. That's true. And it says
if
always.
You want this video game for $20 and they have a $5 version
down the street,
of it,
and you'll be mad, aren't you?
The street, you'll be mad if you just buy it for $20.
And it says always ask for a discount. That's what I do, Kelly. I ask for can I have a discount? The worst thing they can say is no, right?
You
know how many times I got a discount? You know how many times I got a discount because I asked for it?
Do it. Have someone professional do it.
So much money I've saved by asking for a discount, you just be surprised, Kelly. So always ask for a discount, right? And compare things. Like, look at this right here. These are 3 different ketchups, right? You know what? Sometimes all of those 3 ketchups are made in the same company. It has the exact same tomato, exact same ketchup. They just have different labels on it. So sometimes the brand name costs more money just because it's a brand name, not because it's better. So you gotta shop around and compare things when you shop. Okay?
You should compare the size. If it's the smallest, if it's the most expensive, then they're trying to rip you off. So if it's really big and it's really cheap, try to find a medium that's cheap.
Yeah, and look at this one. It says ask somebody's opinion that you trust before you make a big purchase. Like if you get ready to buy a car, don't just go out and buy it yourself, Kelly. Ask me or ask your mom or Sissy or Gabby, somebody. Or your wife to help you.
Like a
limo. You gotta get some other opinions. They may help you think of some things you didn't think of before, okay?
Yeah,
look at the next one.
I think of most of everything by myself.
This is something I always do. Always know exactly how much money you have.
Yep, I already do that.
Did I tell you that story about what happened to me that time? One time I was on this date with this girl, right?
Oh yeah.
Did I tell you that story?
No,
and we went to this barbecue place.
I was in
all right,
first
listen. We went to this barbecue place, right? And I brought
I kind of remember.
$10 with me to the barbecue place. I'm thinking, oh, that's good or whatever. But she wanted to go to this barbecue place that was downtown. It was a little more expensive than I realized. So we get to the counter and we pay, and the lady says $10.50. How much money did I have? How much money did I have? I only had $10. I was 50 cents short. I'm standing there embarrassed. It's a long, long line behind me of people saying, hurry up, it's on that lunch break. Hurry up, kid. I only had $10. I looked at, pretended to go in my pockets like I had some more. She didn't have any money. The lady behind the counter gave me 50 cents. And I was so embarrassed. I was so ashamed. that I went there, I couldn't eat my food. The date was ruined. I never went on this girl with a date again, ever again, because I was so embarrassed.
That's how you got
I always make sure that I have enough money.
You married her.
I always make sure I have enough money.
We wouldn't be
Always know how much money you have, and always make sure you have enough money to do
How
the
come
things
your
you
fingers
need.
wrapped?
Okay? That's an important lesson that I hope you'll never have to go through. Okay? Check your account daily, and because sometimes they make mistakes at the bank. So if you check your bank every day, if they make a mistake, you can get it fixed right away instead of having to wait. All right, number 8, limit how often you eat out. Do you know that some people eat out so much money that it takes up?
I don't eat out.
Remember Dave Ramsey was talking about? It was one guy who looked at his budget.
Yeah.
Don't hit that.
I remember.
And what did he say?
He said that you should only go like eating out either like 1 time a week or 2.
Okay, but he said it was this one guy he was talking to, and the guy found out he was spending $800 on eating out every week. Every month.
I thought it was 150.
No, it was $800. He said, I know where my savings are going now. I've been eating it. So be careful, because eating out can cost a lot of money, and it just doesn't seem like because you're eating a little bit here and there, but it adds up to a lot of money. So be careful about eating out, because that's money
you
that
should go to the
you can
cheapest and like.
Okay.
easiest.
Well, you know what I suggest? If you eat out, because a lot of places you eat out is real unhealthy anyway. If you out somewhere and you didn't bring your food with you from home, I suggest you go to the grocery store and get some stuff. You can get fresher food and fruits and stuff that's healthier at the grocery store than eating out. So think about that instead.
That's mainly what I like to do, because I don't like going to like places, because sometimes they rip you off and say something cheaper, and it takes a really long time, and they're like, oh, sorry, did I say $80? It's actually $200.
Wow. And I got on here, pack your food from home. You know how I go those trips, a lot of weekends? I make my own sandwiches so I won't have to eat out at restaurants. And I take it in my backpack, because it saves me a lot of money, because eating out can be really expensive. Okay, and if you must eat out, buy from the grocery store. I already said that. All right, number 9, never grocery shop when you're hungry. You ever heard that one before?
Guilty of this all the time.
What happens when you grocery shop when you're hungry?
You lose money.
You buy things you usually wouldn't buy.
You buy things
you're craving.
I was about to say that.
To the back where the things are already made, and you buy everything.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was about to say, Gabby.
I'm suggesting that you don't do that. Don't go to the grocery store when you're hungry. Make a list at the grocery store and stick to it. You know how me and Mom have a list of everything we're going to eat that week? And we had that list, then we can only buy stuff that we're going to eat that week. We won't be just buying anything. And we have all kinds of random food that we don't need.
You only get random things when you have enough money for it.
Number 10, if you have a bill, always pay it earlier, never late. No, that's something that I'm really serious about.
That's debt.
That's
I'm
right.
guilty of not following this.
Never pay late on a bill. If you do, it will mess up your credit, Kelly. And your credit is one of the most important things you got to hold to your heart, because it's going to represent who you are. People are going to look at your credit, and they're going to judge you based on that, your reputation.
If you have a bad reputation, you can't get a good job.
Very good. Because you know what? A lot of jobs nowadays look at your credit to see if they will hire you. If you got bad credit, they won't hire you, because they said if they're not responsible with money.
Back in like 1935, they started doing that.
They started doing it, and especially, did you know that Aunt Mags?
Because they used to have these really crappy guys in these really hard jobs.
Yeah.
So they started, the Great Depression started when they started doing that.
Aunt Mags used to work at a bank, and she told us that there are people at banks that they won't hire them when people have bad credit. And she says she's known some people who they couldn't start working at the different places because their credit was bad. So you got to be careful about that, because nowadays they take that serious. It's about being responsible.
Hey,
people at jobs now want to make sure you're responsible.
More rules?
Just a few more. Okay? All right, number 11, have an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months, right? What that mean? That means that you got to have your savings enough to take care of you for 3
In
to
the
6
bank,
months.
You could put like $2,000, and like 2 years from then, it'll probably be like $20,000, and that'll be like a huge saving account. And if you really need it, you could just get it.
Well, you gotta have this because you might have a job one day and they might fire you or lay you off, and you gotta be prepared in case something like that happens. Or your company could go out of business. So you gotta have money to take care of you until you can get another job.
That was what I was thinking, because you tell me about that all the time. If your company goes out, you always have to have money for it, so you can get in interviews, food, and so you can get gas and car insurance.
Very good, Kelly. I think you know a whole lot more than I realized.
And also taxes.
Right, you can never forget taxes, can you? All right, let's look at number 12. Get only one credit card and only use it to establish your credit. Don't get credit cards and be like the rest of the world and start buying up stuff on the credit cards.
Yeah.
Never owe money on credit cards.
Yeah, and if you have more than one in different companies, you might get sued.
Yep, never get more than one. Just get one. Use it for big things that you're going to have that you already had the money for. Let's say that you're going to buy a plane ticket to Hawaii, right? And that costs you $2,000.
I wouldn't do it.
Well, I mean, if you got to go to Hawaii, you buy the plane ticket on the credit card, and then at the end of the month, you pay that credit card back, so you don't owe them anything else, okay? You never keep it on. Only buy things that you can pay off at the end of the month with your credrit card, okay?
Yeah,
and
but
you're only doing that.
I wouldn't waste my time in other places unless the job requires it.
Okay.
And if
But you might be going on vacation to Hawaii. You might go on vacation.
If my wife wants me to, then I'll say let's save up so we could save up for that. I'll save 20% of our money out of 100.
Okay, that's a good plan, Kelly. All right, let's look at the next thing here. It says never use your credit card for everyday purchases, okay? And you may use it to buy big things, but pay it back at the end of the month when the bill comes. That's what I just told you, okay? Look at number 13. Never spend money that you don't have.
Save and have.
And that's what some people do. I told you with credit cards. So, don't spend money that you don't have, okay?
Wait.
Okay, come on, Kelly, let's go through this. Don't buy things that you can't live without from a year from now, okay?